The Senate will be in order. For the purposes of announcements, does any individual seek recognition? Associate Speaker Amherst.
Hi, everyone. If you could pay attention for just 2 seconds. I hope you guys are all having a nice Wednesday. It's been really cold and really icy. So if you made it, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to make this like super brief and just do a little quick announcement. This applies to any voting member of the Senate, not executive. I just wanted to like put it out there that it's my responsibility as the Associate Speaker to ensure that, you know, your constituents who voted for you see that you are attending these meetings. So that's why I'm on top of the roll call and the excused absence form and making sure that that's like all in place. There are circumstances within the bylaws that allow for excused absences. I've gone over this many times before. I still see that senators are submitting the excused absence form without proof of documentation, and that section's there for a reason. I can't really excuse your absence anymore or at all without the proof of documentation. I know some people might have like reservations, you know, if something's more personal, or you don't want to like put that into the excused absence form. I totally get it. I would just urge you to email me. Let me know if something's up. Obviously, this is like any health reason that you can't disclose, or maybe something with mental health, like obviously up to you. And for that, I will use some discretion with excusing your absence. But this goes for senators. This goes for new senators. I just wanted to like put it out there that there's been a lot of recent things going into the excused absence form without proof of documentation. So that's like a note or a screenshot or like a doctor's note, anything like that. Please email me if you've done that in the past, 3-4 weeks that we've had Senate now. And then after that, I'm not taking excused absences anymore without the proof of documentation. I'm also not taking them late. So if they're not submitted by Wednesday and you submit them like Thursday, I'm not taking it because there's no point in that. I'm not looking at the excused absence form until the next week when we have Senate. If you have any questions about this, please come up to me after the meeting or like feel free to email me. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. Thank you.
Yeah, it's super important that we are being held accountable for our participation in our meetings, especially to your constituents who elected you and trusted us to appoint you to these positions. So thank you for that announcement. Does any other individual seek recognition? Secretary Ahmad.
Hi, guys. I'm just going to give my report out in the announcements right now, just for the sake of time, and I have duty tonight, so I just want to be kept accountable. Also, I didn't submit my report out on time, so we'll be on top of that moving forward. Should I be confirmed? Just wanted to talk about a few things that I did this week. I've kind of been just keeping up with the Instagram, posting about election stuff. The campaign guidelines are up. And out there, the RSO endorsement form is also on there. So if there are any candidates in the room that are seeking an RSO endorsement, the form is up there. Also, writing candidate information is also available on the link tree. So just click in the link in bio on our Instagram. And just before Senate, just now, I had a meeting with a couple of leadership members just about SATF increase and RSO stuff, PR, just regarding all of that. So we did decide on a few. Oh, my tippy toes. We did decide on a few dates for some things that I want you guys to know about. February 27th, I believe that's a Thursday at 6 p.m. We are kind of looking to do an SGA Money Talks panel with Chair of Ways and Means and Secretary of Finance and maybe some of our RSO leadership as well to talk about SATF increase related questions. We're going to have some stuff up on the Instagram, maybe even the website regarding just information for students to kind of look at. So please come to the event. And if any of you are in an RSO, which I'm sure a lot of you are, please tell your RSO about this date. It's February 27th, Thursday at 6 p.m. It's going to kind of be like a Q&A with Secretary of Finance, Chair of Ways and Means, and anybody else who's can answer relevant questions. So please let your RSOs know. Hopefully we'll be doing more outreach coming soon. This is kind of like a very new thing, but spread the word. And if senators can come, please come and help me spread the word. Also, should I be confirmed, I'll also be looking for an undersecretary, preferably that someone who's already in SGA. So Senate kind of gets first priority. You guys would or the undersecretary would be kind of focused on graphic design and flyer related things. So the secretary can work on other PR initiatives. So if you guys are interested in that, I know a lot of people are. I get a lot of flyers all the time from chairs. So I know someone's got to be making these flyers somewhere. If you're interested in flyer making and interested in, being secretary of PR in the future, please reach out to me. I'm going to get that information out soon, should it be confirmed again. So look out for that. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me. Okay.
Any other individuals seek recognition for the purpose of making an announcement? Senator Kim.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I just want to say, as chair by the SC this semester, that's the Internal Development Subcommittee. Hi, Sean. I'm definitely looking for some new members. So if anyone's interested in planning bonding events, I already have a basic calendar set up. Please let me know if you're interested. I really want to make sure that, especially again for the new senators, people get a chance to meet people in leadership on more than just a coworker level. I want to make sure that everyone gets to know each other's names, at least get familiar with faces, just so that in the future we can always be doing our best, work together with each other, know who we are, and just make the office, these meetings, a more friendly environment for everyone. Any questions, Ishan? Or sorry.
What are some bonding events coming up this semester?
Sure. So as senators, we're required to go to 2 or so events per semester. So I want to really make sure that we can go as a group sometimes, improve SGA's visibility. Hey, we're gonna go see a play hosted by the theater troupe, and we're gonna go as a group just so we can be hey, we're all in SGA. This is why we're coming. We want to know more about your group. We want to just increase group visibility, increase group bonding, and also just provide a more accessible way so that groups of people can go to ESOs and go to these events. I also have more bonding dinners and lunches planned. These are going to come after meetings and also on the weekends, depending on people's availability. And a few other fun events during Senate, during the Committee of the Whole. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. If you have anything that you want to ask me about regarding these bonding events, again, please let me know. And thank you so much.
Any other individual seek recognition to make an announcement? All right. There being no more individuals seeking recognition, the associate speaker will record the roll call.
If you're a new senator and I pronounce your last name wrong, please correct me or come up to me after so I can put in a little thing so I don't get it wrong again. Senator Denny. Senator Anim. Senator Ariola. Senator Bauman. Senator Beltrami. Senator Black. Senator Borowski. Senator Butisova. Here. Chair Centenaro. Here. Senator Chamu. Here. Senator Cook. Here. Senator DeMarco. Senator Dami. Here. Senator Duarte. Clerk DiVetti. You're here. Senator Eze. Senator Faciso. Okay, thank you. Senator Gata. Senator Germain. Senator Hercule. Senator Holohan. Senator Ibrahim. Senator Imran. Senator Jameh. Senator Kim. Senator Kim. Senator Kumar. Senator Lequier. Senator Lay. Senator Leafort. Senator Molesky. Senator Malari. Senator Monda. Chair Mazzondo. Senator Mello. Senator Nashi. Senator Nevins. Senator Nguyen. Chair Onyeka. Senator Pastorella. Senator Patel. Senator Patak. Senator Fawn. Senator Prabhakar. Senator Rue. Chair Sarna. Chair Sharma. Senator Shi. Chair Stamen. Senator Silverio. Senator Tamkin. Senator Tao. Chair Tran. Senator Trung. Senator Verma. Senator Walker Hoover.
All right, 43 voting members, a quorum is present. The minutes from the last Senate meeting were sent out to you all 48 hours prior to the meeting. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Yes, Senator Gatto.
Sorry, it's not a correction to the minutes. She said my name, but it wasn't right, so I didn't process or
Okay.
Oh.
Can you pronounce it for me?
Gada.
Gatto.
Gatto.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Corrections to the minutes. All right. There being no corrections, the minutes stand approved without objection. Does there exist a need to call into session the committee of the whole? Yes. All right. The Senate will stand in recess, and the committee of the whole shall be in session to discuss election tabling sign-up pursuant to Title II, Chapter 31, Section 9. When the committee of the whole is called into session, parliamentary procedure is suspended, and the Senate may not take any official votes or actions. Chair Sarna is invited up.
Right. Hey everyone. So as you guys know, we have elections coming up. And with elections, there is a lot of programming that we do as the SGA, mostly tabling. Also, we put up flyers and stuff. That's going to be for later. But essentially right now, I need a lot of help with tabling. We were actually supposed to table before the nomination period started, but everybody just kind of forgot about it, everybody being me and my committee. So we sent out a sign up link, but not a lot of people signed up. And then we eventually never ended up doing it, but we still got like pretty good interest. But this is going to be tabling to just like get people to like go out and vote. Everything that you're going to need to talk about at these tables, everything you need to know, all of it will be communicated timely. But for now, I think this is in the folder. Or I mean, if you want to like have them shout out like what times work for them, whatever way works. But yeah, please sign up for tabling whenever you're free. It helps a lot. Also like kind of helps ease the burden on ODC, myself, and Hadia. Yes.
I can do Thursday Worcester, 4:30 to 6.
Third. Wait, I heard Thursday. What time?
All of it, 4:30 to 6.
4:30 to 6 on Thursday. Starts March 4th. So when voting starts, yeah. So not next week. This is like a long time from now, a bit, but just yeah, open up your calendars, please. Sign up for whatever time works. Yes, Abby. What day is that? Oh, 6th. Okay. Abby. Also goes out to exec. Please sign up. We usually don't have a lot of exec members at these tables. Yes, Hadia. (2:30 to 4 on Tuesday, Hadia. That's why she's my favorite exec member, guys. Yes. Yeah. Friday 1 to 1:30, Charles. And is that how you spell your name? And Charles, you were Friday?
Yeah.
1 to 1:30 Charles, and then Aryan? 4:30 to 6 on Wednesday, Aryan. Charles. On Friday. Yeah. And then Aryan was 4:30 to 6 on Wednesday. And then Val. 5 to 5:30 on Thursday.
Wait, what Thursday?
5 to 5:30, Valentina. And then Ryan.
I can do 1:30
1:30 to 2 Friday, Ryan. And then there was another hand. Yeah. 1:30 to 2 Tuesday, Cass. Yeah.
I can do 12 to 1 on Friday.
1 Friday, Sophia. And then Hadia, do you?
I can do Wednesday starts at 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do 4:30 to 5 if that's that first one is.
Yeah,
And
4:30
then
to 5.
Tuesday I can do Thursday I can do the same time as Tuesday.
So 4:30 to 5. So then Hadia over there.
I'm sorry, that's confusing.
No. Thursday, 4:35 Hadia. And then Jacob. 1 to 2:30 on Friday, Jacob. Anyone else? Right. I think that's all.
Yeah, is this good?
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And Liam, sorry.
What about Wednesday, Tuesday?
Yeah.
We only got one.
Liam? Liam. Friday. Anyone else? Yeah. 12 to 1 on 4th. 12 to 1 for Dale. And then 2:30 to 3. Second favorite exec member. 2:30 on the 4th. Okay, call in and then
What about 1 to 2:30? Anyone?
Ryan. 4:30 to 5 Wednesday. Okay, yeah. 4:30 to 5 Wednesday, and then take him off the other ones that he signed up for. Darren. Wait, one sec. Darren, pause.
4:30 to 5 on Wednesday.
And then take him off the other ones. This one, and then, yeah. What were you saying? March 4th, 1:32. Where are my ODC members? Why are you guys not signing up? Oh, you did? Thanks.
I signed up early.
Thanks.
I already have that document reopened.
My favorite senator.
What about Wednesday, 5 to 6? Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then Tuesday, 1 to 1:30. Tuesday, 2 to 2:30.
We want to have at least 2 people on these tables just because it gets kind of crowded sometimes. Yeah, just in case. That's Sudeep. Okay. All right, I think this looks pretty good. The sheet is available, guys. The sheet is available in the folder. I'm also going to send out a separate email tonight with this sheet. So if you guys have like free times, anytime in like on these few days, please sign up. Any information that you need to know, that you need to talk about, everything. I'm going to be making the flyers with Hadia soon. So I'll send those out. I'll print those out. They'll be in the SGA office. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you to Outreach and PR for putting this together. I mean, If it weren't for them, these elections would be a whole different thing. So thank you so much to all their hard work. All right. And yeah, that whole sheet is in the supplemental material folder for your reference. All right. Is there any other business for committee of the whole? If none, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole. Senator Trung. Okay. All those in favor of adjourning committee of the whole, please say aye. All those opposed say no. All those abstain say abstain. Ayes have it. Motion passes. All right. Accordingly, the Senate will now be in order. The Senate will now consider S82, a motion to appoint Hadia Ahmad to the position of Secretary of Public Relations and Marketing. This motion was reviewed by Administrative Affairs on February 13th and was reported favorably. The chair now recognizes the sponsorship of the motion to make a factual description.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Happy Senate. So I'm going to do a quick description of the process, and I'm going to turn the mic over to Hadia. She can introduce herself a little bit and then take any questions that you may have. So as I had mentioned a few weeks ago, we did have a vacancy in this particular position. Shortly after that vacancy took place, we, according to the bylaws, appointed Hadia to be our acting Secretary of Public Relations. We are allowed to do that for up to 30 days. We did open an application process. We held it open for a week. We ended up having 8 applicants. We interviewed 2 of them. And after that process was completed, we then brought this nomination to Administrative Affairs, to which they reported favorably this past Thursday. And now, as a result, it is here in front of you tonight at Senate. I'll turn it over to Hadia to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Hadia. I'm up for Secretary of PR again this year. It was my position last year. I really loved it. I have a lot of ideas for what I want to do coming into the position for the rest of the semester. I really would like to kind of broaden what PR does. I'm so excited to keep working with ODC. One thing I am really sick and tired of is making flyers. So if anyone really likes to do that, I am going to plan on hiring someone to help me out with that. But should I be confirmed, I have a lot of endeavors that I want to do in regards to SGA's outreach and just our overall image, kind of increase receptiveness with the student body, increase our communication with other orgs and agencies on campus that we really worked for example, The Source. So yeah, if anybody has any questions about what I plan to do or my position or if I'm qualified, go ahead.
Any questions for the appointee?
Michael.
Senator Rue?
What do you most look forward to working on?
Right now there's a lot of whirlwind going around with elections PR. Like we just we're working on like tabling and stuff. So I love elections PR. It's like the busiest time for SGA, and it's also like a really good outreach opportunity for us. A lot of people learn about what SGA is when it's election time. I know my freshman year, that's kind of when I started learning about SGA, was through elections outreach. So I'm excited to meet new people through elections outreach and hopefully like just get people more in the know about SGA and get more people's feedback. And so people feel more comfortable talking to officers and senators about what we're doing. It's a really rewarding experience just working with like students that you directly affect sometimes. So I'm really excited about that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Chair Sarna.
How do you see yourself working with the Outreach and Development Committee?
I'm just kidding. I would love to work with you guys actually more on things like tabling, working on making flyers. I would love to get ODC senators involved in SGA Instagram things. So maybe some story takeovers, get ideas from senators. 'Cause I feel like a lot of like the Instagram and the social media stuff is all just like my ideas, but I'm sure a lot of other senators, especially people who are specializing in outreach, have lots of ideas. So, work with your community, maybe even work on becoming an ex officio member of ODC, because I know that's not in the public relation bylaws right now, but that is something that we can possibly implement. So maybe, do that, and I'll attend your meetings and stuff. If you vote to confirm me this time.
Other questions? All right. Is there a second for the motion?
Second.
Does there exist a need for debate? No indication of need for debate. Questions on the passage of S82. Motion to appoint Hadia Ahmad to the position of Secretary of Public Relations and Marketing. All those in favor of passing the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those abstain say abstain. Ayes have it. Motion passes. I will invite the secretary to stay to administer the oath of office. All right. Would the secretary please repeat after me? I do affirm
I do affirm
to faithfully execute
to faithfully execute
the office of SGA Secretary
the office of SGA Secretary
and support the Constitution
and support the Constitution
and general bylaws
and general bylaws
of the Student Government Association.
of the Student Government Association.
Congratulations. All right. Next up, the Senate will now consider S83, which is a motion to appoint Amina Musina to the position of Undersecretary of the Registry. This motion was reviewed by Administrative Affairs on February 13th and was reported favorably, and is sponsored by the Committee on Administrative Affairs and the Secretary Merchant. The sponsorship is now recognized for their factual description.
Hey everyone. So unfortunately, over the winter, my last undersecretary informed me that she would not be returning to campus for a family emergency. I had hired Amina as my second unpaid undersecretary last semester. And so I figured it would be the best idea to just promote her to the paid position. She has done a wonderful job in the position both last semester and this semester. She's made great progress on the supply closet initiative, and now is starting to help me with other things and is beginning to branch out into other projects in SGA, and is just new to the community. So yeah, I'll let her.
Hi everyone, my name is Amina. I'm a sophomore, OIM and HTM majors. I'm also working at the Rec Center and a member of different RCOs like Student Alumni Association. I'm a content creator and ambassador there. I'm administrator at Russian speaking organization, and then I'm a mentor of HTM students members. So as a member of many RCOs, I think I can impact in a positive way, being undersecretary of the registry, as like assigning maybe some weaknesses that we have and just like overall improving it. Thank you.
I'll just add that I was the primary sponsor to this motion and that everything went through well with AA. So.
Any questions for the Undersecretary designate? Chair Centinaro.
I'll just ask the same question that you were questioned at AA. How do you plan to uphold these responsibilities and expectations working under Rania?
We're already working on one new project of sustainable closet right now. And as I said, like as a member of different RCOs, I'm trying to figure out like what are weaknesses we have and maybe some improvements for the application process that Raine is already working on. And maybe I just have like a few suggestions for her to improvements. And yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Is there a second for the motion?
A second.
Does there exist a need for debate? With no indication of need for debate, the question is on the passage of S83, a motion to appoint Amina Musina to the position of Undersecretary of the Registry. All those in favor of passing the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those abstain say abstain. Ayes have it, and the motion passes. I do invite the Undersecretary to stay here to take the oath of office. So would the Undersecretary please repeat after me? I do affirm to faithfully execute the office of SGA Undersecretary of the Registry and support the Constitution and general bylaws of the Student Government Association. Congratulations. All right. Senator Trung.
Motion to add business non-anticipated 48 hours, UMass JASBA.
Okay. The chair will now read the entirety of the motion. Can you put it up on? No. Okay. A motion to fund UMass JASBA for the purpose of emergency funding at $17,726.08. Is there a second? Okay. As a reminder to the Senate, this is a vote just to add it to the agenda, not to pass it. And so this will be placed at the bottom of our agenda. So a second has been received. All those in favor of suspending the rules to consider a main motion not previously on the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those abstain say abstain. The ayes have it, and the subsidiary motion is adopted. Accordingly, the motion will be designated the motion number S84 and will be placed at the bottom of the agenda. Senator Trump.
Motion to rearrange the order of the agenda to consider business not anticipated before officer report outs.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Before, so as the next order of business.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So Senator Trung has moved to suspend the rules to rearrange the order of the agenda so that S84 is the Senate's next motion that it considers. And a second was received, I believe. Second? Okay. All those in favor of suspending the rules to rearrange the order of the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those abstain say abstain. Ayes have it. The subsidiary motion is adopted. All right. We do have the presentation. Yes. Chair Stamen is recognized.
Hello, everyone. This is JESBA. They're coming to present for emergency funding. I just want to quickly remind all of you about viewpoint neutrality. Please open up the supplemental materials folder. In the supplemental materials folder, you will find the VPN guide that I made earlier on last semester. Please use it. It'll walk you through the guidelines, give you good questions to ask the group, and you'll be able to check through all the criteria while also maintaining viewpoint neutrality. I think that's it. Just be kind and respectful with your questions, please, and because this is a group after all, and it can be intimidating to present in Senate sometimes. That's it.
Let's give a warm welcome to UMass JASBA as they present their emergency funding requests. You have the floor.
Thank you. No, this is good. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Vaishnavi Desai, and I'm the treasurer of UMass Jezba.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anika. I'm the captain of UMass Jezba.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shreya, the other captain of UMass Jezba.
You can. So our mission is to promote culture and diversity through the art of dance, and our team incorporates various dance styles focusing on elements in Bollywood, Bhangra, and other traditional classical Indian classical styles. And we strive to create an environment where individuals can express themselves and find their community through dance. We are present both on and off campus. On campus, we partner with various registered student organizations like the Korean Student Association, South Asian Student Association, Indian Student Union, Asian American Student Association, and more. We also host an annual dance showcase with the Indian Classical Art Society, where we invite dance teams from all over the Northeast, including from states like New York, Connecticut, and all the way out in Boston too. And we usually always have a great turnout, and it gives Indian students here at UMass to experience their culture at a predominantly white institution. We also partner with organizations like Charge to hold dance workshops and share our love of dance with the greater UMass community. And for the very first time in Western Massachusetts, we are hosting our very own Desi Dance Network competition here, Amherst Agni, in March of 2025. We've invited teams from all over the country to come compete, and all of these events are open to the broader public, and everyone is welcome to come experience our culture. Nationally, we've competed in various states like Pennsylvania, Virginia, Tennessee, Indiana, and 2 weekends ago, we just traveled to Georgia. We've placed first and second at the competition in Tennessee in 2024 and 2022, respectively. Now, how do these competitions relate to our mission statement? The Desi Dance Network, or DDN circuit, aligns closely with our mission statement in several key ways. Together, we promote culture and diversity because these competitions provide a national platform for celebrating South Asian dance forms, particularly Bollywood and Bhangra. Through competing, we actively promote cultural appreciation and diversity, and we expose wider audiences all across the country to South Asian performance arts. We also promote self-expression and community because these competitions foster both artistic growth and strong team bonds. We've connected with DDN teams nationwide, including teams from Texas, Virginia, like California, Washington, all across the country, and we've built relationships with those who share the same passion as us. We are culturally represented on a larger stage because by competing at these competitions, we not only hone in on our artistry, but we also represent UMass and South Asian culture on a national level, which contributes to the broader mission of cultural promotion. Now, we do have other sources of revenue. We've had multiple fundraisers this past in fall semester, and those include fundraisers like bake sales, Krispy Kreme fundraisers, samosa fundraisers, Instagram bingo dares, and we also have member dues. Each of these have raised around $200 to $300, but these fundraising efforts have gone towards paying for competition applications and registration fees, as well as production and prop materials for our set. And we've also applied for the ECSA grant, from which we received $1,500. This money helped cover additional fees from our competition in Georgia 2 weekends ago. While these funds have brought us a long way, we still have 2 more competitions that we have expenses for, with travel and hotels. So our team couldn't have anticipated these circumstances sooner due to several unpredictable factors. So basically how the circuit works is you send an audition video for these competitions in the fall, and you're selected based on your skill level. This circuit has been established in 2014, and there are 2 types of competitions in the circuit. There are bid competitions and non-bid competitions. Bid competitions allow you to qualify for Legends, which is finals, And non-bids are competitions that are under the circuit, but they help you grow your team and gain exposure. The two competitions that we'll be requesting funding for are both bid competitions, which puts us at like a higher prestige. So our acceptance into these competitions in far-off locations like San Diego and North Carolina were not guaranteed when we initially planned our budget, making it impossible to accurately estimate the necessary travel costs. Additionally, we've grown as a team from last year to this year, from 21 members to 28 members. Last year, we had 7 seniors who graduated, so we were left with 14 members at the start of this year. And because our set is 10 minutes long, it's not feasible for every person to be dancing throughout the entire set, since it's highly rigorous. So we expanded our team to 28 members this year, but this changed our financial needs beyond what we could have reasonably foreseen during the initial budgeting process due to things like travel costs and registration fees. So without this emergency funding, our members would have to cover the costs out of pocket, which may not be feasible for everyone, which potentially prevents us from attending these prestigious events. So the first line item we have is flight tickets for 28 dance team members for a round trip from Boston, Massachusetts to San Diego, California. The purpose of this is for the Masha dance competition in the DDN circuit. And what the itinerary looks like is that there's a mandatory mixer on Friday, March 7th. The competition is the following Saturday. And then the next day, we check out of the hotels and return to Amherst. And then this is our acceptance letter. The cost of one ticket is $458.61. We'll have 28 dancers attending, so the total cost for flight tickets is $12,841.08. Our second line item, it consists of 3 check-in bags to hold all of our production materials, because these props are vital to our set and will help us stay true to our art form. Each check-in bag is $35, and 3 of our members will have a check-in bag under their name. So 1 bag is $35, and 3 passengers will have a check-in bag. So the total for this line item is $105. We will also need a place to stay since we'll be gone for 3 days and 2 nights. We have a hotel that's affiliated with the competition and offers a discounted rate for the dance teams competing at the event, which is $201.50 per night. The price per hotel room for 2 nights is $403 per room, and so for 4 room total, it comes out to $1,212. This is our fourth line item is for 4 7-seater rental cars for 28 members. We will be traveling from Amherst, Mass to Raleigh, North Carolina, and this is for a different bid competition. And it follows a similar itinerary of a mandatory mixer on Friday, competition on Saturday, and then the hotel checkout on Sunday. And then, so 1 7-seater van for the duration of our trip is $359. We're going to need 4 vans, which comes out to $1,436. And then the round trip from Amherst, Mass to Raleigh is 1,340 miles. And so a fuel calculator estimates that we will need 58.3 gallons or $233.04 worth of gas per car. So then that amount of gas times 4 vans is $932.16. So the total cost for rental cars with the car and the gas is $2,368.16. And then similarly, we will need a place to stay at this competition, since we'll also be gone for 3 days, 2 nights. It comes out to $150 per night. So per room, for 2 nights, it comes out to $300, and then $300 per room for 4 rooms is $1,200 total. And then adding all these line items up, we get $17,726.08. Any questions?
Questions? Senator Walker Hoover, with the microphone.
first of all, I like the presentation, really, really thorough, and I applaud it. I had a question about line item 4. Why rental cars?
We considered flights as an option, but it proves to be a little bit too expensive. And since it's a 10-hour drive, we felt it was feasible to drive down and come back.
Yes, Senator Muskie.
This on? So you said these were unanticipated events. Have you ever, or did you budget for these 2 specific events in this year's budget, and have you ever before?
We have not before, but once we were accepted in the fall, we plan to budget for it for next year.
Okay, but not in this year's budget. Okay,
No.
I see. Thank you.
Senator Faciso, right? Okay. Yeah, it's always a flip up for on.
Okay, sorry, that always happens to me. So about the membership increase, I might have just misheard you, but you said that 7 people graduated last year, and then you had an additional 14 people join. Is that why you have 28?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Senator Nevins.
All right. So would you describe these, and forgive me for not using the correct descriptors, these preliminary competitions, would you describe those as competitive?
100%.
So you could not have possibly foreseen winning all of these different competitions to get you to the location that you're at right now.
That is correct.
And have you gotten into this specific competition before?
We have not.
So there's no reasonable way for your team to have necessarily expected last year that you would have gotten into this competition?
Right.
Thank you.
Senator Mello. And then we'll go Trump. Yeah.
You said that you expanded your team because of the 10-minute requirement for dancing. Was that why?
It's also like in the circuit, it's more favorable to have a bigger team. It's more impactful when you're on stage, and it's easier when there's more people.
If you didn't anticipate this last year when you were budgeting, can you give a rough estimate of when you might have estimated or anticipated recruiting more people this year?
We anticipated recruiting a similar amount, so getting back up to that 21 member team. But when we had our auditions in the fall, we saw potential in way more people who auditioned, so we ended up selecting more.
And for the hotel that is discounted due to the competition, for that trip, did you look at any other hotels in the area?
We did, but they were all further from the venue. The thing about these hotels is that the competition will provide transportation within wherever we need to go, for the mixer, for the competition, because they're all in different venues. But if you have all your teams in one hotel, they said that they'll provide transportation. So it saves us an extra expense of rental cars once we travel.
And do you know when you were anticipating potentially at any point going to these? Were you applying for them last year as well? When was the anticipation process for this?
It's similar to the college application process where you apply to reach schools, and then you kind of have a hope of getting into them, but when you don't, it's it makes sense. But so these were all reaches for our team last year. This year we worked a little bit harder, and then it was still a little bit of just we hope that we get in, but it's not certain. But I think now that we've gotten into these higher level competitions, this is something that we budgeted for next year.
Okay, thank you.
Senator Trong.
This is just a clarification question on if you can elaborate on how members are selected for your team.
Yes. So we have auditions in the fall and in the spring. And then we teach them we teach all the auditionees some of our choreo and then have them audition like a few days later after they've had time to practice the choreo, and then we select people based off of who we seem fit for our team.
And this is open to all UMass students for the auditions.
That is correct.
Vice President Leone, you have a microphone. Just hand the whole.
Thank you. Can the finance subcommittee chair confirm that this group doesn't have a negative balance in their fee account?
I can look, yes.
Or the Ways and Means chair, thank you.
I have it up in front. I have the budgets up in front of me right now. They have a positive balance in both of their accounts. They're good.
Live stream, the group has a positive balance. Senator Mello.
Maya, are you able to find the exact amount that we have left in the emergency fund?
We checked yesterday. I believe it was around 20K.
$20,000. President Humphries.
Follow-up question to that. Was that taking into consideration this proposal, or was that before this proposal?
This is based off of the information that's in Summit, so not taking into account this proposal. But I believe did you crunch the calculations of what we would have left? I believe our finance subcommittee chair also crunched the calculations of how much we would have left after we fund JESPA.
We would have around $3,000.
Any other questions? All right, if there being no more questions, is there a second? Does there exist a need for debate? With no indication of a need for debate, the question is on the passage of S83, a motion to fund UMass JASBA for the purpose of emergency funding at $17,726.08. All those in favor of passing the motion, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. All those abstained say abstain. Ayes have it. Motion passes.
Thank you all.
All right. All right. Thank you for your presentation. On to officer reports. Trustee Oliveira is recognized. President Humphries is recognized.
Hello, everybody. Ain't it nice to be almost done this early in the evening? We get to, you know what that means?
We
That means I
deserve it
get,
after a few long ones.
yeah, that means I get to actually do my full report out tonight, which is fun. So, oh, you know you want to hear me, but yeah. So a couple of things. First of all, I would like to congratulate Hadia and Amina on getting confirmed tonight. It's always super fun to have new people joining the team. To see the administration growing bigger and having more wonderful, diverse, and amazing voices coming into our administration and helping us to better serve students. I would just say it's a super exciting time with elections and positions for next year coming up because there'll be an application process after that. Super exciting, even though I won't be here with you guys next year. I really encourage you guys to be involved. It's been, it's really been really nice to see so many senators interested and engaged this year. So I really encourage each of you to really consider, because these are really cool, fun, awesome positions that really need some great dedicated people. So going into a couple things that I've worked on over the past week. First of all, I want to thank everybody who participated in our discussion regarding the funding cap and MGA proposals last week. The feedback that was received both here in the room and on the forum was very good. After reading the forum, I found that it seems like a lot of people are at least interested in working towards the concept. A lot of you guys had great feedback that's really helped me to evaluate which parts of my proposals need to be, worked on a little bit. But overall, like after taking some time this weekend to do some research, some thinking, and to take into consideration the really insightful feedback that you all gave, I was actually very encouraged when I was looking through the forum. There was a lot of good stuff in there. I feel like we have a much better direction for where this is going to go. So I look forward to bringing that forward in the next few weeks. We're still working on those out, and there's obviously a lot of people who we want to consult with. But I think that one thing that did become apparently clear tonight is there is a need for some sort of cap on the emergency funding because we are out and it is February. So that is something we will be moving forward with. So, but we will obviously be discussing that with each and everybody here. That being said, I'll hopefully have more to speak on with that next week. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, please reach out. A couple of other issues that are taking place, one of being the code of conduct reform. We had a wonderful meeting with the Dean of Students office last week. I'll have Vice President Leone talk a little bit more to the specifics, as that's, he's the one spearheading that initiative, but I was in attendance and they were very, very receptive, and a lot of the measures are going to make the information more clear for students. It's going to focus more on restorative justice and, protecting the rights of our students, which is really exciting. I can also report that we had our first meeting of the DEI task force just past week. That went really well. There was a lot of great feedback and event ideas that were brought up there. We talked about, doing some more, sort of laid back cultural events to bring in our cultural groups. We talked about having potentially some more like representation of different cultures throughout our campus, including by having maybe different flags in the student union lobby. We also talked about how we can better support our cultural groups in their events and hopefully help to bring some of those costs down. So I think this task force is off to a really great start. We do have potentially a couple of vacancies. So like if anyone here is interested in being involved, we'd love to have you come aboard. So please reach out if that's something you'd be interested in. We'd also love to have more people on the student advocacy task force. So if anybody's interested in that, please reach out. We're going to start having those meetings next week. Student advocacy task force meets on Monday nights. I believe it's 7 o'clock. And we are probably going to have to find a new time for the DEI task force just because it didn't work for one of the chairs, but we'll keep you posted on that. So otherwise, mostly worked on food security. We're trying to get a meeting with the Dean of Students office to discuss relaunching the swipe donation program, as well as bringing back the Dean of Students Basic Needs Working Group. We think it's really important to have students tuned into these efforts as we prepare for the pantry to open. And, with the new Basic Needs Director scheduled to start later this month, I think that individual will be great for facilitating those efforts. Otherwise, I've just been helping Rania out with the registry reforms. I'm glad to say those are coming along really well. And we're going to be looking, the Attorney General Darbanga and Secretary Merchant are going to look to see which bylaws need to be changed in order to meet the suggested reforms. So otherwise, just really helping to promote outreach, as Hadi had said, around the SATF reforms and fee increase, and also, of course, just getting general election outreach out there. We do want to get really high turnout. There's going to be obviously presidential election, trustee election, senators. There's going to be a fee increase on the ballot, and there's going to be a number of other ballot referendums as well. So super important that we get a high turnout, because remember, the higher the turnout is for the election, usually more seriously SGA gets taken. So we really want to get more and more students involved in this process. Last year we had 12.5%, which, believe it or not, was a record for recent years of SGA, which I think, however, that is far from adequate. I think we got to get that number way up. So if everybody could do their part to help get people involved to vote, that'd be really amazing. So I'll take any questions if anybody has them.
Senator Mello.
Could you speak a little bit about the referendums? Like, how many are we expecting, and where will information about them be available?
Yeah, so it really depends because referendums can be put on through 3 different methods. I can put referendums on. Our student trustee, Felicity Oliveira, can put on referendum questions. And actually, you guys as a Senate can put on referendum questions. The deadline to put them on will be next Wednesday. I can tell you that I have not yet finalized my referendum questions, but I can tell you I do have a few that I'm planning on putting on there. That will be finalized by next week at the latest, and then I'll make sure that that information gets circulated so that you know what questions students are going to be voting on, and we're going to be, trying to provide, adequate information about what referendum questions students should expect. But I can imagine they're going to primarily have to do with issues of campus policy, and then of course the fee increase referendum.
And if I could just add one thing about the way to add referenda, undergraduate students can by petition as well. So if they get the signatures of at least, I think it's 5% of the undergraduate body, then that will add a referendum to the ballot.
All right, thank you everybody, and enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Vice President Leone.
Hey guys, not much this week. Like Colin said, we went to the conduct reform meeting Friday with Patricia Cardoso from the Dean of Students office. And so we've been in negotiation for the conduct reform. I have the draft on my computer of some of the proposed language that we've given to the Dean of Students office. If anyone would want to see like some of the specific wording and want to see that, please let me know. But just to give a quick little rundown, we're trying to kind of emphasize kind of more like rights and responsibilities that students have. We're trying to rewrite the Minutes Matter policy so that that's a little more clear. We're trying to rewrite Section 4 of the entire code completely. So a lot of like major revisions. But if anyone has like any specific things that they'd like to see in the code, any questions specifically like what we kind of changed and want to see the document, please let me know and I can do that. That's kind of the biggest thing. I have some other updates from some SABs, and we have some important ones coming up. So yeah, any questions about that?
Senator Trung.
I was just wondering if I could get the opportunity to take a look at the doc when you get the chance.
Yeah, do you want to like meet like afterwards?
Yeah, that would work.
Sure.
Everyone, happy Wednesday. Happy 3rd week of classes. I hope everyone is enjoying their class selection and enjoyed the long weekend too. I know I needed some of that time to reset. But I'll keep mine pretty short. My report out's pretty comprehensive. Yeah, just a quick few things. Met with subcommittee chairs over the weekend to review policies and responsibilities that come with being a subcommittee chair regarding records keeping and transparency standards that we set, Melina and I, as a legislature, but also pursuant to university policies, state statutes, stuff like that. I guess more ongoing, I've been working with the Collegian to plan the logistics of the upcoming debates. More information to come. Regarding elections, I have been attending elections commission meetings, and I've been meeting with the elections chancellor. Also, so Speaker Amherst and I are working on improving the Canvas page that we have and making it useful. I guess a good example is having our Senate report reminders system be in there, having our accountability log estimation system in there as well, or like the link to that form at least. Also, Melina is going to speak more about this too, but if you are interested in running for speaker or associate speaker, we both strongly encourage you all to come and talk to us before you do that, so you can have a good understanding of what our job is and what your responsibilities would look like. Right, on that topic, the speaker election is currently scheduled. Speaker and associate speaker elections are currently scheduled for first. We haven't decided on a specific date, but it's the first or second week of April. So I think, what is it, the 9th and the, I wish I had our, yeah, so April 9th or April 16th. So that's coming up. So if you have intentions of running, please chat with us. Yeah, and date will be sent out shortly about that. But we figured it should be sooner rather than later, so the new speaker can hire the chair team. Lastly, I just want to congratulate Sharon Yeka for longest Senate reports this week. Hers was comprehensive. Yeah, that's about it. I'll yield for any questions. Are you guys curious about the speaker election, how that works? Yeah, okay, maybe I could explain a little bit. So it's not like the election for president, trustee, senators. There's not a campaign period. There's not a nomination period per se. It all happens in that one meeting. So the election would be the first order of business. No motions can be voted on prior to the election of the speaker and the associate speaker. And I don't have the exact timing of it in my head right now, but pretty much the process is the Chancellor of Elections opens the floor up for nominations for first the speaker. The senator nominates an individual for the position of speaker. Then nominations close. Then nominations open for associate speaker. Similar thing, a senator is recognized, raises their placards, recognized to nominate a senator for the position of associate speaker. And it has to be a senator too. The Constitution's pretty specific when it says the Senate may elect from its voting membership a speaker. The Senate may elect from its voting membership an associate speaker. After that, after nominations close for both of those positions, then comes the speech. And so the speech is about 5 minutes. Again, check my numbers here. And then there's 5 minutes for questions. That goes for each candidate, or each nominee, excuse me, for speaker. Then that ends, and then same thing for associate speaker. And then at the end of that is the election, which is administered by the Chancellor of Elections, overseen by our advisor, and it's a paper ballot. So you write the name down, and then pass it down the line, and then it's announced. Yeah, so Speaker Amherst.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but it's a separate ballot for speaker and associate speaker. It's not like you're running together on one ticket. I mean, maybe you can like unofficially a little bit, but like you're running separately, like on 2 separate tickets.
Yeah, it's a great clarification. 2 separate elections, 2 separate nomination processes. Yeah. Any questions about that? Okay, it's in Title II. It's in the first half of that title, in the teens, I would say. So check it out if you're curious. Any questions about my overall report out? Cool. All right. So Speaker Amherst.
I'm going to keep this brief because, sorry, I know you guys all probably want to go, like, running so early. Like, everyone like needs to go home. But I first want to just like address maybe the elephant in the room. Not going to get into it too much. There are some scary things going on in the world today. Some executive orders and stuff. I would say I'm a person that stays pretty updated on, politics and stuff like that. So if anyone needs to talk to someone, you want to go get lunch, you want to sit in my office and just like scream, do whatever, I'm here. I just want to put that out there. I had my mentees last semester and we talked a lot about stuff going on in the world, and it made me feel a lot better about some things. So if anyone just genuinely needs to talk or like wants to just rant about things or just anything, it could be literally anything. I just want to be kind of like a familiar face. I want to be your friend. So just let me know. I just wanted to put that out there. I want to put myself out as a resource to you all because that's also what my position does. I went over the attendance stuff already. I don't know if I made this clear, but I'll take any sort of documentation from maybe anything that you miss by this Friday. I'll set that as like my deadline. If you send something over the weekend, that's probably fine too. But just Friday, just if I didn't mention that before. I want to echo everything Michael said about the speaker and associate speaker elections. I think there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that Michael and I do that is a lot of work and requires a lot of detail and attention. So it would be really great to just familiarize yourself with everything that we do. So if you are interested, I definitely would urge you to come talk to us and kind of get a gist of what we do. I was sick with the flu last week, so maybe you haven't really seen me around the office as much as I would like to be there. Stay healthy. I went into UHS and there was like 40 people in the waiting room, so that was really scary. So wash your hands, stay healthy. But the thing that I did do last week or the week before is I sit on the 5 college student board, which is basically just like all the 5 colleges in the area. They each have a representative, and we all meet on Zoom every 2 weeks, and we just kind of like go over some things. We do budget requests for we have like a fund within the 5 college student board, and we allocate that money sort of out like the process that we have right now within like our funding. And we kind of just talked about having a panel for students across all the 5 college boards, so setting up something like that. So if you're interested and have any ideas, come to me, let me know. And if you're interested in just knowing more about what the 5 college student board does or want to sit on the board with me or in a meeting, because it is kind of like, I would say, more expansive than just what we do in UMass. We talk with all the representatives. Please let me know. It's one of the more interesting things I do personally. I don't really get to be on the policy side of things a lot because more like procedural position. But yeah, it's super fun. And if you have any questions, let me know. If not, you can just email me. Okay, thank you.
Round of applause. Who's next? Oh yes, Chief Justice requested. Okay. Any the RHA president may be recognized. Okay. Any RSO council presidents? Any agency representatives? All right. Now invite up the executive cabinet, starting with Chief of Staff Bloom. Oh, yeah. Okay. Secretary Bellerive. It's going around. Really is going around.
My report's all up there. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
All right. Secretary Merchant.
Hi, everyone. Unfortunately, I did not submit my report out in time, so I will be giving mine. But last week, we had our first meeting of the Registry Reform Task Force of the semester, where we got a lot of good work done. I presented all of my finalized drafts for what I want the new materials to be for the new RSO application, and we got a lot of good feedback on it. And I will now be making those finishing touches on that. And then next week, I'll be working with Attorney General Darbanga to hopefully work on drafting those bylaw amendments. And I should be able to present some of that to you guys either at the next meeting or the meeting after that. And yeah, so look out for that. Of course, I appointed my new undersecretary. She will also be meeting with the source soon to work on the supply closet initiative. And yeah, aside from that, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Attorney General Darbanga.
Hello, everyone. Sorry if I lost my voice a little bit. I was sick last week, but essentially the main thing in my report out is in the SLSO committee, there's a director search committee now that's been formed. We're still waiting on to hear back from our membership who's going to attend that committee, but it has to be someone from the SLSO AC. So essentially this committee is looking to hire the new SLSO director. Currently, Attorney Farrell and Attorney Daniels is co-directing the SSO office. So just trying to look for a director to that. That's gonna be a pretty big time commitment since it's gonna go till May around. But other than that, I worked with my undersecretary and Secretary DeRose to finalize the trash cans consultation survey questions, which will be going sometime next week when I forward it to President Humphreys, either tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, any questions?
Secretary Vitale. Secretary Hevlo. Secretary Lombo. Secretary Sharda.
So my main thing is that my undersecretary applications are open. So if you're interested or know anyone who's interested, please fill out the application. Secondly, Dylan last week had this whole spiel about hacker and I said nothing. He wasn't insane. It did in fact happen last weekend. And to everyone who did show up or stop by, thank you. It meant the world. Anyways, yeah.
Secretary Ahmad. Secretary DeRose.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see the new senators' faces. I also had the flu, so I'm kind of just coming back now. I've been working on planning our Earth Day extravaganza, which is going to be Friday, April 25th, in collaboration with Permaculture and Sustainable UMass and the School of Earth and Sustainability. Our next planning meeting for that is going to be the morning of March 3rd. It's a Monday. If anyone wants to join in on those planning efforts, email SGA Sustainability at umass.edu or just talk to me after this and you can totally join in. Something else I want to alert everyone of is a really cool opportunity that doesn't come around a lot, and I think people should take advantage of it. The sustainability manager of UMass, along with the power plant manager and the general campus planner, are offering they're calling them decarbonization campus tours, but essentially they're going to walk students around the North Energy Exchange Center, the solar canopies, and another thing is the Lot 31 geothermal wellfield site that they're developing now. So they're essentially just going to kind of walk students around things that are happening on campus in relation to UMass's decarbonization efforts. Do you guys mind pulling up a slide? I actually emailed you with a QR code. Or is that a big force? I just emailed it to you guys. It's just a PDF. But QR code to sign up if you guys want. Me, along with the Student Sustainability Coalition and kids interested, are going on the March 25th date. So if you want to go with people who you know, yes, okay, scan that March 25th if you want to go. Highly recommend. You don't really get to hear about how UMass's energy exchange and heating systems work oftentimes. So good opportunity to go ask questions. And yeah, that's kind of all of my updates, but thanks guys.
Good with QR code. All right. All right. Senator Goodchild's flu. Secretary. Oh, Secretary. Sorry. Yeah. Secretary Manyunga. All right. Any faculty senate representatives? Any ESO event representatives?
Faculty.
Faculty? Uh-huh.
Today was the academic matters stuff. We did a bunch of course approvals, this, that, and the other thing. Out of important stuff that I can take away and tell you about, there was a lot of concern about some of the rhetoric that's been coming from the federal administration about DEI and defundment. The faculty's concerned. They've been voicing their concerns. Our committee was given an email from one of the public policy professors and sociology professors warning us about gen ed reform. The chairman or chairwoman, rather, of the committee wanted to reassure to everyone here that the faculty is doing the best they can and that the state is protecting us at a state level as best they can as well. But it is something that we should be aware of because the faculty is aware of it. And if they have concern, we should have concern as well.
Yeah, university relations pretty much echoed the same thing. I went to the meeting today with Dale and Morgan. Pretty standard, but they are concerned as well about everything the administration is doing. They are staying ahead of it for the most part. There's a page called the Federal Actions page on the UMass website. If any of you are curious, it's just constant updates about like new executive orders that are being posted, information for international students if they're concerned about ICE raids, like lots of different places for information on that. And UMass is not self-censoring. They're in communication with like behind the scenes in DC and with our state representation. So no need to worry about that.
Just quick point of clarification. This was the University Relations Public Advisory Board. And the link to the Federal Actions page is umass.edu/news/federal-actions. They're like daily or almost daily updates just about like, hey, Attorney General of Massachusetts has issued guidance for like supporting DEI programs. Like, I just want to say, like, especially for people who are like struggling or friends who are struggling, like there are a lot of levers to this. There are lots of ways that people in Massachusetts that are part of UMass, that are part of even the federal government, like they are really trying their hardest to try to protect students, protect our programs, protect our faculty. Just like echoing all the things that Jacob said as well. Just like there are people who are still like trying to fight the good fight, regardless of whoever is president, whoever is part of the administration. Any questions for? All right.
Yeah, so as Cass and Morgan just said, the Federal Actions page has a list of campus resources and steps that the campus and university are using to make sure that students are aware of what's going on and what resources are available. Some other things that happened at that meeting today is on Friday, seniors should be getting an email about ordering tassels for graduation and how to basically fill out the website's called like Tassel, where you like fill out how your name's pronounced, so your name's pronounced like correctly at graduation, and there'll be a deadline for that around like April 22nd. So just like make sure you like if you're a senior, like make sure you keep an eye on your email like every day. Another update was the UMass store in downtown is now open. So this is a space that we're hoping that will basically sell merch to the town, and it has exclusive gear that isn't in this campus store. That's in the student union / the campus center area. So that's pretty cool. And they're basically using that place as like a test run. If anything sells well there, they'll bring it over here. So if you want any cool exclusive merch, go to the new store downtown, and it's next to Uptown Tavern or Uptown Tap and Grill, I think it's called, next to CVS. What else? There's a lot from that meeting. And also with that room, so the UMass store will also have like a space where any group wants to like book the space, they can. And so the process for booking the space at that store will be on the University Relations website. That hasn't been like updated yet. So if you are in an RSO and want to kind of inquire about how to potentially use that space, you should reach out to Nancy Buffone from University Relations. We also talked about trying to get the SGA elections promoted on the UMass page. And we're also going to bring up to the athletics SAB tomorrow. to try to get the elections mentioned at sports games like the hockey game. So yeah. Oh, and one other thing is we're trying to look into potentially having like other businesses in the town of Amherst collab with the store. So what that looks like is potentially having like any groups, any RSOs that want to use the space and that want to collab with other basically companies down there. We're trying to come up with a way that these groups can collab with the store and collab with any businesses. Because right now, the Uptown Tap and Grill is doing an event for the kickoff, which is going to be on March 13th. No, it's a lot. So any questions? Cool.
All right. Any ESO event representatives? Any advisory board representatives? Okay. On to Senate committee reports. We'll start with Chair Rabin. Oh, she's right. She's excused. Chair Centenaro.
Hi, everyone. Not much to update. AA reviewed 2 special orders and then 6 eligibility petition appeals, and we granted 3 of those. That is all I have. Thank you. Have a good day.
Chair Sarna is recognized.
Hey everyone, I'm sorry for not getting my report out in on time for the 3rd time in a row. But this week, ODC had their first committee meeting. We just kind of like went over ODC's strategic plan. I have to reach out to senators like regarding what they signed up for. And today I met with Secretary Ahmed, Colin, Dale, and a bunch of other people about the SATF fee increase like reform. Like we're planning like a bunch of outreach strategies to ensure that all of our students know what this fee increase is going to look like, and different ways of kind of just reaching out to these students and seeing how we can improve just our transparency better. Also just been working on election outreach, reaching out to like dining hall managers, the student union manager to ensure that we have spaces confirmed for these tabling events. We do. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Any questions? Thank you. Chair Onyeka is recognized.
Hello. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I do have the longest report out tonight, which is really cool. If everyone can I do urge everyone to look at it because I put some notes from the panel from last week because I couldn't get it recorded. So there's some very interesting stuff that we talked about that I think you guys should look at. So for my committee, we're planning another Hot Cocoa Hot Topics event. And if everyone doesn't know what that is, last semester it's basically an event where we talk about hot topics on campus and get people with different opinions to talk about, what they feel about it and like try to reach some type of common ground. And we're trying to have it March 6th. I'm not sure about the date completely, so don't hold me on that. But it will be about the election and these things that are going on in campus climate. And if anyone's interested in being a panelist, it's basically like we're gonna have 4 people from like different different spectrums of the opinion, and we're gonna ask them some questions, and then we'll have like group discussions afterwards. But if you're interested in being a panelist, we're gonna have like an application form out soon. So let me know if that is of interest, and check the SGA Instagram eventually for that. Any questions? No? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Chair Tran is recognized.
All right. Hi everybody. I think stay safe out there. I think I saw like 5 people fell today already. So I did actually. So stay safe out there. But yeah, Europe in general. We thankfully our meeting is in Monday, so it's presidential day, so we don't have a meeting. But we have sent the email to SARS to make sure that all the clubs that have been notified about the CAP process will send us the constitution and the strategic plan. And for now, I think it's going pretty great. Only 1 club haven't sent that yet, so I'm going to try to contact them from SARS. Other than that, I attend the RSG subcommittee meeting and also the task force meeting also to discuss the way to reform the RSO application process and creating the RSG ESO. So yeah, any question? Yes.
Vice President Leone.
Can you just talk about like for like RSOs that like aren't familiar with the cap, like real briefly, like if they're not in compliance with the cap, like what the process is for like how they work with you to like get in compliance?
Yeah, I can explain that. So basically, Europe, one of the function of Europe is basically auditing a club's existing RSO. So basically, we notified them early in the semester. So basically, we have to auditing at least 25 RSO throughout the academic years, and then this semester we're auditing 8 RSO because we did like 18 last semester. So yeah, and also we notify them early in the semester. We're gonna audit them. We're gonna review the constitution and the strategic plan to make sure that they are updated to the current standard. And then we're gonna have a meeting with them to recommend what they should change in the constitution and the strategic plan. And then we're gonna submit all of that to the Secretary of Registry to make sure that she's gonna review that. If they fail to follow all the procedure that is in the bylaw and what I mentioned, basically, they might have to face suspension from the Secretary of Registry. Any question? Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair Mazzando.
That would be me. Chair Mazzando couldn't be here today, so you have me. I'm Jacob Nevins, her vice chair. Just a few things that we did. Last week we had our bonding activity. I wasn't there. I was sick. But the committee got to go to Garcia's, and from what I hear, they had a lovely meeting. They appointed people to the Admin Transparency Subcommittee, and our chair for that is going to be Fatima, if she wants to come up and speak on it for a few seconds, and then we can finish the rest of this report out.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Fatima Jame. I'm a senator on the Undergraduate Services Committee, and I was recently appointed the chair of the Admin and Transparency Subcommittee. So basically, we already have 4 confirmed members. We're only missing about 4 more from UROC, AA, AOC, and ODC. We want to have input from everyone, at least 1 senator on every committee. And Admin and Transparency is basically there to put pressure on admin to be transparent about where money is going, such as like when you look at your tuition bill for the semester, it says textbooks, but a lot of students come here and still have to pay separately for textbooks and certain course materials. So just putting pressure on admin and advocating and working with different groups on campus like Massberg. So that's what we plan to do. So if any of you are interested, you can always contact Jacob, Kandai, or me, and I'll see if we need any more people on this committee. But yeah, that's basically my spiel. Thank you.
Yeah, claps for that. Just to speak a little bit on what USC is doing right now, we have a lot of initiatives happening right now. So with that being said, before I get too deep in the weeds on it, we would love to have ex officio people join us to work on some of these initiatives with us. I know that there's lots of overlap in all of the things that we do here. We're working on some accessibility stuff, trying to reform UHS. It seems that a lot of us have had visits there recently. Stay safe out there, folks. But if you've been there recently, like I have, you realize it's not all that fun. So hoping to try and get some, better services there for some students. On down the line, just making it cheaper there as well, increasing insurance coverage, resident safety, getting the bathrooms safer. We had that peeping Tom incident, so we're trying to work on that. We've made some pretty good ground so far. We've met with, I'm going to say this because this is how she refers to herself, the bathroom czar. Yes, she's a lovely lady. She talked to us about their strategic plan to get it fixed. So we're working in cahoots with her to make sure students feel safe within the situations that they're working to fix them. And we're doing more to finish up fixing kosher dining to make it more equitable for students that are trying to access it and staff that are trying to access it, because right now it's just kind of a mess. For anyone who's interested in some of those things, it's just a couple things that we're doing right now. Please join us. We would love to have more people join us in our committee. Meet at 4 o'clock on Fridays. We go till 5:30. We have lots of fun. We're very silly. Yeah, that's just about anything. Is there any questions? Yes.
President Humphries.
So I got a few questions. Either Jacob or Fatima can answer them. They're about the particularly administrative transparency subcommittee. First of all, what processes do you plan to use to ensure administrative transparency? If you haven't figured that out yet, feel free to say we don't know.
What do you mean by processes?
Like, it seems like what you're trying to do is bring to light how administration is spending their money. Is that correct?
Yes.
So how do you plan on going about that?
Yeah. So we in the plan that we have, a lot of this is about activism and getting mobilization. So we've been working with RHA to get the House councils involved to help us with student consultation, and we'll be reaching out to the Student Alumni Association soon enough to get ability and contact with alumni so that we can get consultation from a wide array of both students and alumni to showcase to the admin that this is something that everybody wants. I mean, this is a public institution. People would like to know how their money is being spent, specifically when it comes to tuition. It's definitely, I mean, I'm sure you can already tell, going to be a considerable uphill battle, but it's something that's worth doing, and the hard things are typically the things that you need to do.
I got two more questions. First of all, has it been taken into consideration that a lot of the funding that we're talking about happens at the Board of Trustee level, and have you spoken with Student Trustee Oliveira about that?
Not yet. She is more than welcome to join us at our committee. We can talk to her more about it. But when it comes to the Board of Trustee level, I'm sure that they're involved to some capacity. But specifically within the state institution, we're trying to just focus on what the bursar's doing and what how we're allocating everything that students are paying directly within here. I'm sure that the Board of Trustees is involved, but the goal right now is to get a mandate from the student body and a significant portion of the alumni population to kind of showcase to the Board of Trustees and to the admin that this is something that a good amount of people would like to see happen.
Final question. I know you'd mentioned that there was representation from each of the Senate committees. Has anyone from the executive branch been consulted about the possibility of being involved in this effort?
Yeah, I think when we brought it up last semester and we initially talked about it, you asked a similar question. Like we said earlier, we want, it's mandated in the strategic plan that we confirmed with Michael that at least one person is a voting member from each committee within the legislative, but limitless amounts of ex officio are welcome. I mean, I can't imagine anyone in here doesn't want some kind of transparency with admin. Having executive branch there is very helpful. Working together makes, you know, the SGA all the more cohesive and more efficient. So.
Have you thought, well, just because of what Colin said, maybe if not, this could be a suggestion. Have you guys thought about reaching out to Vice Chancellor Andy Mangels, who oversees administration and finance?
Yeah, that's something that we're absolutely looking into. It's all there. I welcome you to come to the subcommittee meeting where we were talking about this stuff. That should all start up and running soon as we can get everyone onboarded, and then we can get the when to meets all figured out. And I'm sure you guys know that takes a hot minute, but yes, absolutely working with the admin to tell them beforehand before we do all this, so it's not surprising to them. But for right now, I expect a lot of our work and time is going to be spent reaching out to students and alumni to get their support. Any other questions? Yay.
Chair Stayman is recognized.
Hello. Okay, it is on. Just wanted to make sure.
All right, I'm going to talk quickly about finance. I did submit my report out, but there have been some developments that I want to inform you of. So just brief overview. Ways and Means has started the Academic Council. We had, I believe, 64 budgets in the Academic Council, and now we're at 44. So really optimistic about finishing this week. Doing good so far. This Friday, Rania, myself, and some of our senators will be meeting with our club sports folks to take a look at our supply closet spaces that we're considering for the club sports supply closet initiative. Finally got that finalized, so super excited to do that. And the goals of this initiative are really to improve efficiency of the current storage facilities that Recwell has and to partner with them. I don't know how many of you play sports or how many of you know, but you can't, for some of the uniforms, you can't store them in certain areas because of the climate or whatever it is. So we're collaborating with Recwell, and it will be a great cost savings initiative moving forward because a lot of club sports request a lot of equipment and it rolls over every year and we're requesting the same stuff when we really don't need to. So that's one. Recwell is establishing their own storage facility that we will also be looking at, but we are also using one of our supply closets for that as well. And part of this initiative is really identifying what needs to be stored where, what can be stored where, what do we have the space for, and just improving efficiency. Are we maximizing the storage space that we have? Are we using it in the most efficient way possible? So that's that. And then so the other thing I have on here is agency allocations. So actually for this bullet point I have on here, I said that I'm reaching out to agencies to schedule meetings to talk about allocations, and I am doing that, but there's been a little bit of a snag. So I actually am sending out the agencies their allocations end of this week, and at the same time scheduling meetings to go over allocations, just chat with them about what happened, just be a little bit transparent where Ways and Means was at, answer any questions they may have, and it'll lead us into our appeals process, which will also be a beautiful, gorgeous mess that I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, and then we're hopefully going to get our allocations out earlier on than we did last year. As I said earlier on in the last semester, we are doing 2 separate processes this year, so I want to release agency allocations earlier so we have time to come up with financial strategies for them. The second to last thing on here, I'm trying to be super quick, guys, is our benchmarking team. So our benchmarking team met last week and we're meeting again this week. Well, we were supposed to meet this week and then there was a whole Monday schedule thing that happened and my bad. So yes, we are meeting and we're in our second stage of benchmarking. We're ironing on those schools. So I will have the results for you on that process and what it's looking like and trying to really figure out the whys behind why we're seeing some of the numbers that we're seeing and to try to see what works for our school and what doesn't. And we will be preparing recommendations shortly. And then as for the SATF fee increase, I've heard everyone and their mother talk about it. So I am going to avoid discussing it because I think you guys have heard it from 4 officers at least already this evening. But if you have any questions about it, please feel free to chat to me about it. Please feel free to chat to Dylan about it or anyone. Really, we're more than happy to answer questions. Most of the questions I can answer for you are purely financial, have no idea what's going on with the PR stuff. That is Hadia's and Ishan's wheelhouse. And I don't touch that with the 10-foot pole. I just do what they tell me to do. Okay, any questions? Comments, concerns? We're good? Great.
Hi everyone, my report is out there, but last week I met with 30 new RSOs and I put up the request for new startup funds. We also met with emergency funding for JUSBA that was up today, and so far we've been just working with budget cuts and I've been just doing minutes for it and I don't have anything else to update on. Is there any questions?
Vice President
Is it correct that we now have no money to give to any RSOs that were requesting new starting funds?
No. Technically, we can still give to we have $2,333 specifically.
Do you want to elaborate then?
So yes, we do have money left to give to groups. When we checked, before JESBA came to present, and we checked, we had $20,000 left in the fund. They just requested around 17,000. So we have around 3,000 left. So technically, if a group walked in and they asked for $3,000, we could give it to them. Or a group will come in with an outrageous request and we can only give them $3,000. Either way, we're waiting. With the way the finance emergency funding works is we wait until the fund is depleted and then we close emergency funding for the rest of the semester. Does that answer your question?
Isn't there like a I don't know the number off the top of my head. Isn't there like a limit of like the startup fund?
Yes, but it's first come, first serve basis. So for the startup fund, each org can come in and request around $750. And it's a first come, first serve basis. We've only had 11 orgs request funding, and we've already accounted for that. So that's already been transferred.
Okay, cool.
Any additional questions? Secretary Bellerive?
Do you? Can you? I click one. Yeah. Whatever. So is there any outstanding new RSOs who are asking for funds, or is the 2,000 that's left over not being asked for yet?
Not being asked for yet.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? Good? Awesome sauce. Good night.
The SGA advisors may be recognized. Nothing? Okay. All right. Are there any motions on the floor except the motion to adjourn? Okay. The associate speaker will record the ending roll call.
If you guys could just hold your conversation for like 2 seconds so I can hear. Senator Denny. Senator Anim. Senator Arola. Senator Bauman. Senator Beltrami. Senator Black. Is that a here? Senator Borski. Senator Butusova. Chair Centenaro. Senator Chamu. Senator Cook. Senator DeMarco. Senator Dami. Senator Duarte. Clerk Duvetti. Senator Eze. Senator Faciso. Guys, if you could just please hold your conversation for 2 seconds. Thank you. I just can't hear. Senator Faciso. Senator Gatto. Senator Germain. Senator Hercule. Senator Holohan. Senator Ibrahim. Senator Imran. Senator Jeme. Senator Kim. Senator Kim. Senator Kumar. Senator Lequier. Senator Lay. Senator Lefort, or Lafort, sorry. Senator Molesky. Senator Malari. Senator Monda. Sorry. Chair Mazzando. Senator Mello. Senator Nashi. Senator Nevins. Senator Nguyen. Chair Onyeka. Senator Pastorella. Senator Patel. Senator Patak. Senator Fawn. Senator Prabhakar. Senator Rue, Chair Sarna, Chair Sharma, Senator Shi, Chair Stamen. No, she's here. Senator Silveria, Senator Tamkin, Senator Tao, Chair Tran, Senator Trung, Senator Verma, Senator Walker Hoover.
Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. Senator Germain. It's been moved and seconded a motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. All those abstain say abstain. All right.
Thank you.
The ayes have it. Accordingly, the Senate stands adjourned until Wednesday, February 26th at 6:30 p.m. Oh, my gosh.